ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਸਾਊਥ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਸੋਨੀਆ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਨੇ ਹਾਊਸ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿੱਲ C277 ਦੇ ਹੱਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ। ਇਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸਸ ਅਤੇ ਟੈਰੀਟਰੀਜ਼ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਪੈਲੀਏਟਿਵ ਕੇਅਰ ਤੇ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਕੰਮ ਦੀ ਸਿਰਜਣਾ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਜੀ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਣ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਕਰੇਗੀ।
It is an honor to rise today to speak about C277, an act providing for the development of a national framework on palliative care in Canada. I first want to congratulate my colleague from Sonia for bringing this forward. I also want to congratulate my fellow members on the Health Committee for working so collaboratively on this bill at committee stage. I think our work and amendments improve this legislation to become something positive for all Canadians. It is essential for us to be talking about palliative care. It is something I heard about a lot during my election campaign and continue to hear from community members. Palliative care and access to end-of-life care are important issues for all Canadians. Brampton South is a riding with a significant population of seniors who brought this forward as an issue of dignity and an issue of quality of life. Our strategy to address the need is an important step. I want to thank them for raising their voices and for championing this in my community. As you know, Madam Speaker, palliative care is for all, regardless of age, approaching end-of-life stages. It is for all people who desire a compassionate and a comfortable place to receive care. In our conversation about medical assistance in dying, I raised the need for palliative care and home care to be involved in that discussion. That is why I'm extremely proud our government responded to all aspects of this issue our relatively short time so far in government. As you know, we will be investing $6 billion in home care through the provinces and territories. $2.3 billion specifically will be going to fill needs in Ontario, which I hope will serve to fill the gaps that exist in our rapidly growing Peel region. Home care is about responding to Canadians' overwhelming desire to be at home, receive care at home, and if sadly needed, to live out their end-of-life stages at home when possible. Palliative care is the other option that serves to make life more dignified for our most in-need people. I would like to mention that palliative care workers and PSW deserve our utmost respect for the difficult but important job they do for our people in our communities. I strongly support C277's goals to make a strategy and incorporate work that government have been doing on this already. A strong evidence-based approach will deliver real results. That is the approach our government ran on and the one Canadian endorsed when they elected us. Please know, as I give my comments today, that we recognize that respect the provinces play the principal role in the delivery of health services, including palliative care. This bill understands, with the proposed amendments, where the federal role in health lies, coordinating and ensuring that there is the same services available for all. I'm very pleased the government will support this bill with amendments. The proposed amendments respect the intent of the bill but seek to align it with the scope of federal roles and responsibility in relation to palliative care. They also seek to build on existing palliative care framework, strategies, and best practices being undertaken by provinces, territories, and stakeholder groups. In order to ensure that Canadians have access to the best quality of palliative care, it is important that we do not reinvent the wheel. In many provinces, there are existing framework and policies, and as such, it was important to me and my colleagues on the Health Committee to ensure that any new work on this would build on what exists already. We also know that when it comes to caring for Canada's seniors in need of palliative care, the job falls not only to the healthcare professionals, but also to other caregivers, including family members. As such, our committee made changes to the bill to ensure that all who provide care at the stage are supported and have their needs considered in the establishment of a framework of palliative care. With our government's focuses on evidence-based policy, it was also very important to ensure that any new work on this issue include the promotion of research and data collection, so that we can ensure that the care provided to Canadians is based on the most relevant research, best practices, and up-to-date evidence in the area. This, Madam Speaker, is a very important part of the picture, as we all know very well that the incredible research ongoing in the Canadian healthcare field is innovative, leading to new opportunities for greater care. It is essential that the new knowledge be considered as we develop and maintain a framework for palliative care across Canada. Our proposed amendments would facilitate federal support for improved palliative care in relation to 3 pillars, which are aligned with the objectives of the bill: training for healthcare providers, consistent data collection, research and innovation in palliative care, and support for caregivers. We continue to support pan-Canadian initiative that enhance Canada's capacity to provide quality palliative and end-of-life care, as well as a range of programs and services, such as family caregiver benefits and resources, which address the action proposed in the bill. Our government's investment in the provinces to in turn deliver health services and outpacing inflation and ensuring they can deliver better health outcomes. That is something I want to commend the Minister of Health on the recent health accord agreements. I'm also very proud to say we are also working with the First Nations and Inuit stakeholders to identify options for building upon present resources and services to provide increased access to palliative care. It is crucial, Madam Speaker, that any work we do regarding the health of Canadians reflect the different realities of the many communities across the country. Specifically, we know that the healthcare need of First Nations and Inuit communities deserves special attention. To respect the traditions and existing frameworks that have been developed from community to community. Overall, I cannot say enough how pleased I am that this important discussion is happening in the place. I do not doubt this conversation will and must continue through the Health Committee on day 1. Agreed, that is something we should look at because it is an important issue for our seniors, for us too. We have many important pieces of business before us at committee, but I imagine a review of the strategy and of strategies that stakeholders or provinces presently are using could be a fulsome study in the future. Palliative care and end-of-life options are the kind of hard but real topics that is our responsibility as leaders to address. These are the things that make us think of our loved ones and our own future in personal way. Regardless of our own views of choices, we are setting up a system that is a fair, compassionate, and just. By taking a public health approach of issues like this, we are doing the responsible thing that serves as a framework for all Canadians. I want to thank the parliamentarian in this House for their supporting this bill and all the contributions so far on this. It is something I have followed closely passing through the House. Today we continue to move this forward and to move this towards action. Again, congratulations to the member from Sonia on C277 and for her work to promote its aims. It is a noble quest and aligned with the priorities of this government to bring positive change to our healthcare system, and which my own priorities to ensure Canadians have access to the best possible healthcare service. I hope all members will join me in supporting this bill again at the next opportunity to vote for it.